Find out the Freddy Files, the official guidebook to the best-selling video game series. Chapter 1. Find Out at Freddy's. It's the game that launched a million screens. Find Out at Freddy's, or FNAF, is a point-and-click horror survival game that was founded on a simple enough premise. Last 1 week working as a security in a pizzeria populated by homicidal animatronics. But what evolved from this concept quickly consumed gamers over the world over. Fast forward a bit, and thanks in part to FNAF's startling jump scares, hilariously terrifying Let's Plays dominated video sharing sites, fueling the public's curiosity and resulting in billions of views. Still, gamers soon realized that there was more to FNAF than just deadly animatronics. Lurking in the darkened corners of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza are threads of a disturbing mystery. This mystery, hidden throughout the game in posters that change, hallucinations, and even the mysterious fifth animatronic, has kept fans playing and replaying the first game since it was released in August of 2014. So what's all the hype about? Well, we're glad you asked. Hold on. Freddy Scoop. The game begins with the Hope Wanted ad for Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. You'll be working as a security guard on the midnight to 6 a.m. shift. The pay is pretty bad, just $120 a week, $4 an hour, but we'll get to that later. You occupy a stationary position in the office. You can turn to the right or left to see two sets of buttons. One button in each set shuts a door, the other turns on a light outside the door. You can also pull up a monitor to check the security cameras. Once you land in the office, the phone starts ringing. Things we learned from Phone Guy. Number 1. Phone Guy apparently worked in the same office, but he's on his last week if you die. Dun dun duh! A missing persons report will be filed within 90 days, as soon as property and premises have been thoroughly cleaned and bleached and the carpets have been replaced. Yep, that sounds like a completely normal thing to say. Number 2. If I were forced to sing those same dumb songs for 20 years and I never got a bath, why haven't these animatronics been cleaned? Wait, how does one clean an animatronic? Number 3. The animatronic servos lock up if they get turned on off for too long. The animatronics used to be allowed to walk around during the day, but that was before the bite of 87. Apparently someone had a daytime run-in with an animatronic and lost his or her frontal lobe, but survived. Number 4. Since the animatronics will see you as a metal endoskeleton without its costume on, they'll try to stuff you into a Freddy Fazbear suit. Yikes. So let's avoid that death. Should only close the doors if absolutely necessary. As Phone Guy says, gotta conserve power. Gameplay and strategy. You can make 5 power bars appear by closing both doors, turning on a light, and flipping open the security cameras quickly. But the 5th bar only appears for a second, since you can't have the light on and security cameras open at the same time. Without using the doors or lights or checking the cameras, power depletes about 1% every 10 seconds. The in-game clock takes 86 to 90 seconds to pass 1 hour, which means you'll lose roughly 90% every hour even if you do nothing. Using on actions, checking the cameras, closing the doors, turning on the lights, adds 1 bar each to the power indicator, up to 4. One action, doesn't matter what it is, drains about 1% every 5 seconds. Using 2 actions drains 1% every 3 seconds, and using 3 actions drains 1% every 2.5 seconds. To illustrate, we made a handy dandy table. Math man! Number of power bars? 1. Average time it takes to drain 1%? 9.6 seconds. Power drain per hour? 9. Power bars 2. Time it takes to drain? 4.8 seconds. Power drained? 18. Power bars 3. Time it takes? 3.2 seconds. Power drain per hour? 27%. 4 power bars, 2.4 seconds to drain, and 36% power drain per hour. Beware Foxy. The first time you slam the door on him, he drains 1% power. Second time, he drains 6% power. The third time, 11%, and so on, adding 5% for each time you block him. Mapping the animatronics and special events in Five Nights at Freddy's. Yes. You are here, in the office. West Hall corner, 2B, directly outside office door. Supply closet, 3. Only Bonnie appears here. Pirate's Cove, 1C. Most important camera in Five Nights at Freddy's. Keep an eye on Foxy. Backstage, 5. Terrifying disembodied animatronic heads. Dining area, 1B. Chica and Bonnie appear here. Freddy can be seen in shadow. Show stage, 1A. Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica start from here. Restrooms, 7. Freddy and Chica pass through here. Kitchen, no visuals, but there is sound. East Hall corner, 4B. Super important for lore. You'll see that soon. Animatronic inventory. Freddy. Appearance. A light brown animatronic bear. Wears a black bow tie and a black top hat. Carries a microphone in his right hand that we're sure he'd find a creative way to kill you with. Enhancing his face shows a handprint across his right eye, and another dark mark, possibly a handprint, along the lower left side of his jaw. Movements, show stage to the dining area, to the restrooms, to the kitchen, to the East Hall corner, to the East Hall corner, and to the office. Freddy takes a pretty predictable path, but he's hard to find on the cameras because he stays in the dark most of the time. His glowing silver eyes are the best way to spot him. I thought he had blue eyes. In the light, his eyes change color. Oh, there we go. They're blue when you see Freddy outside the door, but in some jump scares, his eyes are black. Watching Freddy on the cameras will slow his movements. Freddy doesn't move until night 3, unless you run out of power, in which case he'll get you from the West Hall side of the office. If you run out of power, Freddy plays the Torador song from the opera Carmen. You can also hear it playing in the kitchen when Freddy's in there, and in night 4, the phone call, aka last phone guy, Bonnie. Appearance: a bluish purple animatronic rabbit, wears a red bow tie, plays guitar in the animatronic band. Movements: dining area to backstage, to the West Hall, to the supply closet, to the West Hall corner. Bonnie is usually the first animatronic to move, and always sticks to the left, the west side of the restaurant. Bonnie is the only character who appears in the backstage supply closet and the West Hall corner. He moves much faster than Freddy or Chica, leading to rumors that he can teleport. He always enters the office from the west side and will appear standing in the doorway when the light is turned on. Of all the animatronics, Bonnie seems to disable the cameras the most as he moves. If he enters the office when the monitor is up, he'll make a raspy groaning noise. Chica. Appearance: a yellow animatronic chicken with an orange beak and magnetic eyes. Wears a bib that reads, "Let's eat." Movements: show stage, to dining area, to kitchen, to restrooms, to the East Hall, to the East Hall corner. Chica sticks to the right, east side of the restaurant. Chica carries an anthropomorphic pink cupcake decorated with 2 large eyes and teeth. The cupcake disappears when Chica leaves the show stage, although a duplicate cupcake can be seen sitting on your desk in the office, staring at you creepily the entire game. Chica and Freddy are the only animatronics who enter the kitchen. You can't see them, but you can hear the clanging of pots and pans. Chica always enters the office from the east hall corner and is visible in the window when the light is on.
Hey, buddy. I heard you did good and listened to East Side. I'll get you a treat when we go food shopping, okay?
Hey, Mom,
Yes.
I also know what to spend my allowance on finally.
What?
The Pirate's Cove set.
Ooh.
The McFarlane toys. Anyway, that's just my mom. Anyway, like Bonnie, when Chica enters the office, she'll make a raspy groaning noise, cause both lights and door button to become inoperable, and kill the player as soon as they lower the monitor. Or she'll just pull down the monitor and kill you regardless, because apparently Chica can do that. Foxy, who is the most popular character, which I can't even see why. Also, fun fact. Scott Cawthon was making Foxy on a bumpy car ride, and he quotes, "It is very difficult to make a character while on a bumpy car ride." Maybe this is the reason why Foxy looks so torn up. I gotta find that fact funny. Anyway, appearance. A reddish brown animatronic. Okay, I'm sorry with the jokes. Anyway, appearance. A reddish brown animatronic fox with yellow eyes and an elongated snout. Wears an eye patch, which is usually flipped up, and has a hook for a right hand. He looks somewhat damaged. The xenoskeleton exposed in a number of places. And I just told you guys why that is. Movements. Pirates Cove to the west hall corner to the office. Foxy always starts at Pirates Cove, behind the curtain. As the night goes on, he starts to peek out more and more until he is entirely revealed. Next time you check on the monitor, he's gone. The monitor then flashes to the West Hall camera, where you'll see Foxy sprinting towards the office. He'll attack from the doorway in a matter of seconds unless you close the door in time. After an unsuccessful attack, Foxy bangs on the door a few times, then returns to Pirate's Cove to begin the cycle again. Fortunately, every time that he is blocked by the door, he drains the player's power. 1% the first time, then an additional 5% every time thereafter. See notes on power consumption. Keeping Foxy at bay means checking on him just enough, but not too often. Codes, glitches, and secrets. Hold. Oh, oh. Anyway, that just happened. Anyway, click on the Anyway, my stream stopped for some reason, so yeah. Anyway, continuing, click on the celebrate poster in the office to honk Freddy's nose. Oh wow, that actually worked. Anyway, changing your computer's date to Halloween, October 31st, and booting up the game. Going on a bear hunt. In the West Hall corner, camera 2B, is a poster of Freddy, in which has a very small chance of changing. The poster becomes a close-up of Freddy's face, but his fur is golden, and there aren't any eyes in the mask. Once the poster changes, drop the monitor with an empty an empty animatronic suit. Golden Freddy will appear in the office, alongside flashes of "It's me." Seeing him will cause the game to crash, but you can avoid this by bringing up the monitor again quickly. See page 24 for this. You can also trigger Golden Freddy by inputting 1/9/8/7 on the custom night. You won't see the scene of the empty animatronic suit in the office, though. Rare screens. After you've plowed through all 5 nights at Freddy's, beaten the 6th night, and tried your hand at the custom night, don't miss these rare screens. Some of these play a huge role in popular fan theories. Show stage 1A The secret screen can be found only in the secret screen can only be found in the game files. Well, sometimes it even shows up in the game because one time I saw a video where Natsuki and Yuri played the game, and I saw that Yuri found the rare screen of Freddy and I think it was Chico or Bonnie looking. Yeah, Freddy and Chico looking at her. Anyway, but we think it's worth a peek nonetheless. Now I'm gonna show you the screen. Uh, okay, let me just get back to the viewing point. There we go. Okay, Pirates Cove 1C. After Foxy has left Pirates Cove, the stage sign changes to "It's Me." See page 24 for that. The West Hall Corner 2B. Check this camera and you may see the poster change to an image of Freddy ripping his head apart. The East Hall. Alright. The East Hall 4A. Posters are sometimes replaced with images of the crying child. Or crying children. Anyway, here's the rare screen of the Freddy thing. And as well with the crying bits. Anyway. The East Hall 4A. Posters are replaced with "It's Me" written on the walls. See page 24. The East Hall Corner 4B. Posters are changed to 4 different newspaper clippings. See page 22. Backstage 5. All the parts in the backstage turn towards the camera, including the terrifying endoskeleton, which creepy. Yeah. Lore and fan theories. Fan theories. The Bite of A7. One guy mentioned the Bite of A7, in which someone was attacked by an animatronic and lost his or her frontal lobe. This event is why the animatronic's movements are restricted during the day. A lot of theories have popped up around which character was responsible. The first one is Golden Freddy. A less likely contender is Golden Freddy. He has the same handprint marks on his face as regular Freddy. Similar to Foxy, he appears to be out of order, just a mascot suit without its endoskeleton. And when you input 1/9/8/7 as the levels of the animatronics on the Ultimate Custom Night, who should appear but Golden Freddy seems suspicious. And if that's not right, then we jump to Freddy. Freddy. The rules for safety in the East Hall Corner says don't touch Freddy, but they don't mention other animatronics. Freddy also appears to have handprints on his face. Was someone fighting him off? Theorists have pointed out that the handprints match the placements of Freddy's hands on the poster of him ripping his head apart. However, while the position of his hands does match with the handprints, Freddy only has 4 fingers, and the handprints have 5. Anyway, the rules are don't run, don't yell, don't scream, don't go on the floor. You know what I mean. Stay close to mom, don't touch Freddy, don't hit, leave before dark. Thank you, and something else. And they change, and they also change in the East Hall Corner. Yeah. And if that's not right, then we got the most obvious guy who probably caused it, Foxy. The most obvious answer is, you see, after all, there is an out of order sign on Pirate's Cove. Plus, Foxy seems to have the sharpest teeth, and some have insisted that his jaw appears to be dislocated. More fan theories, the missing children. If you really want to dig into the story of the game, keep an eye on the East Hall Corner, where the rules for safety will change to a series of newspaper clippings that reveal the horrific secret lurking at the heart of the game. Kids vanish at local pizzeria, bodies not found. 5 children now reported missing, suspect convicted. Local pizzeria threatened with shutdown over sanitation. Local pizzeria is said to close by year's end. Five children who were apparently lured to a back room by someone who wore a mascot suit to gain the kids' trust. A suspect was arrested and charged, but the bodies of the children were never found, and they were presumed dead. Shortly thereafter, customers complained of odors and reported seeing blood and mucus around the eyes and mouths of the animatronics, implying that the bodies of the children were stuffed inside Freddy and his friends. This matches Phone Guy's words from night one. If you were to be stuffed inside a suit, the only parts of you that would likely see the light of day again would be your eyeballs and teeth when they pop out from the front of your mask. The only thing seems certain: the animatronics themselves have been possessed by the spirits of the dead children, looking for revenge. In theory, it's me. This phrase occurs in hallucinations throughout the game. On the Pirate's Cove sign, the East Hall walls, with Golden Freddy's appearance in in-game flashes as early as night one. Anyway, I'm gonna show you right now. You see, his sign says it's me. They'll say it's me. It's me. It's me. Watch my album Five Nights. Because I'm making one. I know it's players, but I don't care. When you receive your paycheck, you'll learn that your name is Mike Schmidt. Several theories have popped up connecting with this phrase to Mike. The souls of children are taunting Mike. Mike has a connection to the children. Maybe he's a parent or a sibling posing as a security guard to gain access to the pizzeria in order to learn more about the cover. Kids are trying to get through to Mike that it's them possessing the animatronics. Or Mike is the killer, or was otherwise complicit in the deaths of the kids. He is hallucinating this phrase because his guilty mind is shouting out that he's the murderer. Maybe a little far-fetched, but it would answer why the animatronics are so desperate to kill Mike. Phone Guy's endoskeleton explanation of the animatronics' motives doesn't seem to line up with the events of the game. After all, Bonnie routinely enters the backstage, sees the costumeless endoskeleton sitting on the table, and never tries to stuff it in a costume. Fazbear's Twisted Pizza Recipe. Ingredients: 2 LLB loaves, frozen bread, rolled dough, pizza sauce, shredded mozzarella cheese, mini pepperonis, Parmesan cheese, Italian seasoning, and flour. Blah 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 blah. Get the book for yourselves if you want to learn this recipe. Chapter 2: Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Terror continues in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, or FNAF 2, a game which has pushed many players to the limit in terms of multitasking. Yes, there's a lot here to manage, and that's putting it mildly. 11 animatronics roam the floor, looking to kill you or crash a game if you stare at them long enough. Not to mention the other 4 animatronics that apparently just here to populate your nightmares. Plus, there's a frightening long list of to-dos. Keep the music box wound up, keep the vents clear, strobe that flashlight in Foxy's direction. More animatronics now have a set of unique instructions, similar to Foxy from the first Five Nights at Freddy's. So there are plenty of details to show. Also, new to FNAF 2 are the death minigames that are triggered with jump scares. Each minigame has a creepiness factor off the charts that has spawned a flurry of theories about the rapidly expanding mystery at the heart of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The game also is chock full of new revelations from Phone Guy, like the 2 additional Freddy locations, one of which he calls Fredbear's Family Diner, the seeming origins of the franchise. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's start with night 1. We meet the Freddy Scoop. We meet again, Phone Guy. Sounds like Phone Guy is still alive. So this game likely takes place before the events of the first one. That, or Phone Guy is immortal, or he faked his death. Once again, you're working as a security guard on the midnight to 6 a.m. shift, or for Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. But the layout of the place is completely different, and there are no doors. Because why would a security office need doors? Here's what Phone Guy reveals. Number one, something very bad happened at the old location, so Fazbear Entertainment spent a lot of money on their new animatronics, including systems that facial recognition systems that interface with criminal databases. Number two, the animatronics weren't programmed with the proper night mode, so they wander around looking for people. As a temporary solution, a music box has been placed in the prize corner. Its music should keep one of the animatronics at bay. And three, you've been supplied with an empty Freddy Fazbear head to wear as a mask. When you wear it, any animatronic that comes in the office will see you, think that you're one of them, and wander back out again. Number four, this Freddy head won't work on Foxy, unfortunately, but shining a flashlight on him should make him go away. Number five, the building's lights will never run out of power, but the flashlight will. Number six, old animatronics are sitting creepily in the back room, but they are now used for spare parts. These look like the animatronics from the first FNAF, but they're not exactly the same. Check the animatronics inventory for specifics. As we come to expect from the first Five Nights at Freddy's, things tend to unravel quickly. On night 4, we learn that the restaurant is being investigated and may need to close temporarily, as someone seems to have tampered with the animatronics' facial recognitions. On night 5, the restaurant is put on lockdown, with no one allowed in or out, especially prior employees. End of night hallucinations. When you first boot up the game, as well as at the end of nights 2, 3, and 4, you'll experience a nightmare. In it, you're wearing the Freddy Fazbear head, and you can only see a peek of what looks like the empty dining area from the first FNAF. The first time, you'll see Bonnie and Chica on either side, and you'll hear unseen children laughing. The game will then crash, and a code saying will appear in the upper left corner of the screen. Night 2 features a repeat of this nightmare, but now Bonnie and Chica are looking at you on night 3. On night 3, looking at you. On night 3, Bonnie and Chica appear angrier than before, and Golden Freddy stands right in front of you. The fourth and final time, Golden Freddy has disappeared, but Bonnie and Chica remain. The marionette blocks your view no matter which way you look. When the game crashes on nights 2 through 4, a different code appears in the upper left of the screen, saying, "It's me." Night 6. After completing Night 6 and Night 5, Jeremy Fitzgerald, you, receives a paycheck for $100.50. This amount probably would have felt more significant in 1987. In any case, making it this far brings up a menu option for a sixth night. One guy will tell you that the restaurant is being closed down for a while after one final event scheduled for tomorrow, a birthday party. Your reward for making it through an extra night, overtime paycheck for a measly $20.10. Custom night. As in the first game, surviving the first 6 nights unlocks a custom night, which allows you to change the AI settings of each animatronic. New this time around is a series of 10 preset difficulties. For 9 of them, beating the night unlocks a collectible toy for the office, beating the 10-20 mode or Golden Freddy challenge earns you a star. So aside from some desk swag, what reward do you get for surviving an ultimate a custom night? Nothing more than a termination notice made out to... Who the heck is Fritz Smith? Looks like Jeremy did get switched over to the day shift after night 6. Interestingly, they fired Fritz for the same reason they fired Mike from FNAF. Odor and tampering with the animatronics. Character AI settings. 2020-2020. Freddy at 20, Bonnie at 20, Chica, Wooded Freddy at 20, Wooded Bonnie at 20, Wooded Chica at 20, and Wooded Foxy at 20. And the toy animatronics are at 0, as well as Golden Freddy. New and shiny. BB Balloon Boy is at 10, Toy Freddy at 10, Toy Bonnie at 10, Toy Chica at 10, and Mango at 10. Double Trouble, Bonnie, Withered Bonnie at 20, Withered Foxy on 5, Toy Bonnie on 20. And let me see. The Night of Misfits. Balloon Boy at 20, Mango at 20, and Golden Freddy at 10. Foxy. We got Withered Foxy at 20, and Mango at 20. Ladies Night, Withered Chica at 20, Toy Chica at 20, and Mango at 20. And we got Freddy Circus, Withered Freddy at 20, Withered Foxy at 10, Balloon Boy at 10, Toy Freddy at 20, and Golden Freddy at 10. Cupcake Challenge, all the animatronics are at 5. Fazbear Fever, all the animatronics are at 10. And Golden Freddy mode, all the animatronics are at 20. Gameplay and strategies. Animatronic inventory. Balloon Boy. Appearance. At last, a human animatronic that wants to kill you. Balloon Boy wears a red and blue striped shirt with a propeller beanie. He carries a balloon as well as a sign that reads, "What else? Balloon." Lumens, game area, 10. To the left vent at 5, and to the office. Once he starts moving, you won't see him anywhere, but you'll hear him. He calls out hello and hi and sometimes giggles. The fourth time that you can hear him calling out, expect to catch sight of Balloon Boy in the left vent. Don the Freddy head immediately to get rid of him. Although Balloon Boy doesn't kill you, he might as well if he gets into your office. He might as well. If he gets into your office, he'll disable the flashlight batteries and vent lights, leaving you completely helpless. Until he leaves, I think. Oh, someone's here. Okay, who are you? Okay, anyway, we got the Marionette. Appearance. The Marionette is a lanky black creature with white stripes on his arms and legs, and a white face with painted cheeks and lips. And tears. Let's not forget the tears. Movements. The Marionette is inside the large gift box in the prize corner. 11. If the music runs out and you jump to the prize corner fast enough, you can still wind the box so long as he still appears in the camera shot. If he's gone, you're toast. When the music runs out and the puppet and the marionette leaves the prize corner, you can catch a quick glimpse of him in the main hall before he kills you. Unfortunately, there's no way to stop the marionette's attack, so keep the music box playing. Freddy's fun fact. The music box song, My Grandfather's Clock.
Where's your knife?
My pocket knife.
What? Yeah, you're gonna have to clear all this stuff off.
Found it. But I already found it though. He already solved it. Anyway, Freddy's fun fact. The music box song, My Grandfather's Clock, was written in 1876 by Henry Clayworth. The tune was so well known as that a long case clock became known as a grandfather clock. The song is about a clock that worked for 90 years, responding to a man's joys and sorrows, until it rang an alarm on his deathbed and stopped working entirely when he died. Yeah. Anyway. Toy Chica. Appearance. Chica is made of glossy plastic. Her bib reads, "Let's party." Movements. Show stage 9 to the main hall 7 to party room 1 to the left vent to the office. Toy Chica will also appear in party room 4, party room 4, in the office hallway. She won't attack from there. She is less active on later nights. Anyway, after leaving the show stage, her eyes and bill are missing. And now we're getting. Now we're getting into some of the withered. Oh, yeah. Withered Chica. This Chica is worn down but noticeably different from the first Chica. Note the less rounded frame, all yellow legs and 3 toes. Movements, parts and services, 8 to party room 4 to party room 2 to the right vent 6 to the office. Withered Chica cannot be seen using the flashlight in the right vent blind spot. She'll move directly from the right vent 6 to the office. And then we got Killer Bonnie. Appearance. Glossy plastic Bonnie with green eyes and buck teeth. Movements. The show stage to party room 3 to party room 4 to party room 2 to the right vent to the office. Anyway. Toy Bonnie is usually one of the first animatronics to move, but he is less active on later nights. Withered Bonnie. Appearance. Still a giant blue rabbit, but Withered Bonnie is missing his face. Okay, movements, parts and services, to the main hall, to party room 1, to the left vent, to the office. Withered Bonnie can also enter the office from the office hallway. Withered Bonnie cannot be seen by turning on the light in the left vent blind spot. Very active starting night 3. Toy Freddy. Appearance. Glossy plastic version of Freddy. Has 2 buttons on his belly. Movements. Show stage to game area to the office hallway to the office. Toy Freddy is very active and is even less active on later nights, but if he does make it to the office, wearing the Freddy head will keep him from entering. Withered Freddy. Appearance slightly different from the first Freddy. Now it's 2 buttons on his belly. Movements, parts and services, the main hall, to party room 3, to the office hallway, to the office. Starts moving on night 2, more active on night 3. Mangle appearance, proof that toddlers can destroy almost anything. With white and pink features and a visible endoskeleton, Mangle doesn't look like Foxy after all. Movements, Kids Cove to the prize corner, to the game area, to the main hall, to party rooms 1 and 2, to the right vent, to the office. Mangle can appear in the office hallway, but it won't enter from here. When Mangle is in the right vent, don the Freddy head, you'll hear static as it approaches. If it gets in the office, it'll stay until ending your game. With a jump scare. By biting your face off! Mangle is extremely active. It leaves Kids Cove right at midnight on night 2. Okay. Withered Foxy. Appearance. This Foxy is more tattered than in the first Five Nights at Freddy's. He has one animatronic ear completely exposed and several tears showing his endoskeleton. Movements. Parts and services to the office hallway to the office. Scare Foxy off with the flashlight. The Freddy head has no effect on him. Mapping paths of the withered animatronics. By rooms 1 through 4, animatronics appear here on their way to vents 1 and 2. Left vent 5, Withered Bonnie enters the office from here. Right vent 6, Withered Chica enters the office from here. The office hallway, Withered Foxy and Freddy attack from here. And Withered Foxy and Freddy are in the storage room. Okay. Now we're mapping paths of the toy animatronics. Okay, part 1 through 4, animatronics appear here on their way to vents 1 and 2, the office. Toy Freddy will approach and attack from the office hallway. The left vent 5, Toy Chica and Balloon Boy enter the office from here. The prize corner 11. The most important camera in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Wind up the music box from here. Yeah, you thought that Pirate's Cove, you thought that was going to be a replacement for Pirates Cove, but no. Pirates Cove is the most important camera in Final Fantasy Phase 1, and the Pirates Cove is the most important camera in Final Fantasy Phase 2. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. Okay. Kids Cove, 12. The main goal lies here. But not for long! And, wait, that's 6. I think I read this one. Toy Bonnie and oh no I didn't. Toy Bonnie and Mangle enter the office from here. Okay. Codes, glitches, and secrets. Secret animatronics. Golden Freddy. Unlike Final Freddy's, unlike the first one, nothing specific triggers Golden Freddy. He's active on night 6 and in the custom night, randomly appearing in the office hallway as a ghostly head, or in the office itself as a crumpled animatronic suit. Quickly equip the Freddy mask to prevent Golden Freddy's attack. Almost everything about this game is different, but one thing stayed the same. Click on the poster in the office to honk Freddy's nose. Crucifix and Shadow Freddy. A shadow version of Freddy occasionally appears in the parts and services room. An animatronic known as RWQFSFASXC, or as a crucifix, I like to call him, or a Shadow Bonnie, can occasionally be seen standing on the left side of the office. Looking at a crucifix for too long will cause your game to crash, as well as if you stare at Shadow Freddy. Okay, Endo 02. A bare endoskeleton can be seen in the prize corner and left vent. Though it never attacks the player, there are some interesting fan theories about which animatronic this endoskeleton belongs to. We got JJ, an animatronic like Balloon Boy, but with pink eyes, is sometimes staring at you from under the desk. This animatronic never appears elsewhere in the game and cannot kill you. Yeah. I got the Death Me games. Here we got. Save them. Dying in FNAF 2 might trigger one of several minigames rendered in 8-bit graphics. These are perhaps the most talked about element in the game because they're so different from anything we've seen before. The first minigame, known as Save Them, the phrase spelled by the letters you will hear being called out, using the keyboard for movement was as I like to say it for short, or W is up, A is left, S is down, and D is right. You, as Freddy, hold the marionette through a map of the restaurant until reaching the prize corner. You'll pass slumped over children and pools of blood along the way. On rare occasions, Purple Guy will end the minigame early. Purple Guy appears, a scrap of code will appear in the lower left corner of the game crash. You can't. We got take cake to children. This post-up minigame has Freddy taking
5 minutes.
taking cake to 6 children, with another child visible outside the room. Walking into the kids changes their color to green. If you turn them all green at once, you lose control of Freddy. Neglecting the kids changes their color to red. Midway through the game, a car pulls up outside, and the aforementioned purple guy exits and kills the crying child, who turns gray. Then the letters being called out are SAVEHIM. But you can't. In fact, you move slower and slower until all the children turn red. The minigame ends with a jump scare courtesy of the marionette. It's important to take note that Freddy looks slightly different in this minigame than he does in Save Them. The minigame map here is also the smallest. These discrepancies, have an important bearing on some fan theories. That Foxy, go, go, go! You play as Foxy, leaving the previous room. You enter a room full of children as party poppers go off. When the last one goes off, you return to the starting position, but must make your way to the kids once again. And then again, but the last time you do, Purple Guy is visible in the lower left corner of the room. He's smiling. In the next room, the children are dead. This post-death minigame ends with the Foxy jump scare. Rear screen. The left paper plate man in party room 4 will disappear and reappear on the wall in your office. Then we got Give Gifts, Give Life. In this post-death minigame, you play as a marionette. Per the on-screen instructions, you need to what else? Give gifts to your 4 apparently dead children. Turning to the center of the room, you are told to give life. As you approach each child, the head of an animatronic appears over the child's head. Once again, letters are being called out. HELPTHEM. You're also earning a score for giving the gifts, but the numbers change to a random sequence when the minigame ends with a golden Freddy jump scare. Slowing down the playback of the minigame just before the jump scare, it reveals a 5th child in the center of the room. Golden Freddy's jump scare originates from the child, perhaps implying that the marionette placed a 5th animatronic head, Golden Freddy's, on this child. Lore and fan theories. Sequel versus prequel and alternate Freddy locations. It's now widely accepted that the FNAF community that FNAF 4 takes place before the first one. The evidence: one phone guy dies in the first FNAF, but he's alive in FNAF 2, or probably because he faked his own death. Still, a live phone guy reveals that the animatronics walk around during the day, but in FNAF 1, their movements are restricted to nighttime because of the bite of 87. And number 3, the newspaper clipping at the end of FNAF 2, Night 6, says that the new toy animatronics are being scrapped due to possible malfunctions, but that the original characters are being kept in hopes of possible reorganization of the company. The newspaper clipping also reveals that the owners are looking to create a smaller scale version of the restaurant. Notice how much smaller the FNAF Phase 1 restaurant is compared to the FNAF 2 restaurant. But that's not all. Phone Guy reveals another interesting tidbit about the timeline. 2 additional Freddy's locations. He tells us on night 1 that a previous location was left to rot after something terrible happened there. And then later, on night 5, we learned there was an original restaurant called Fredbear's Family Diner, which was apparently franchised out to create the other locations. Another one by 87. Is it a coincidence that FNAF 2 is set in 1987, and yet we hear nothing about the bite of 87? Many theorists are convinced the bite did happen during the game, even though we didn't realize it. What we know about the bite. It happened in 1987, during the day, and the victim lost a large segment of his or her brain, but survived. The victim's age is never mentioned. After the bite, the animatronics were only allowed to move around that night. Theory: the bite happened on day 4 to the day guard. On day 4, Phone Guide tells you to avoid eye contact with the animatronics, as they've been acting very unusual, mostly aggressive towards the staff. Yet the animatronics have been acting normal with the kids. Thus, the animatronics would not have attacked the children, but they would have attacked the guard. On night 5, Phone Guide tells you that a day shift position just became available, possibly implying that the day guard was injured by an animatronic earlier that day. Theory: the bite victim happened at the birthday party, and you're the victim. Still others believe that the bite happened after night 6, at the birthday party that Phone Guy mentions in his last message. The evidence: theorists believe that the available day shift position mentioned in night 4 is because Purple Guy, the killer, was the day guard. Thus, when Phone Guy tells you to report the birthday party to the birthday party, wear your uniform and stay very close to animatronics, you're in the perfect position to get bitten. Fan theories. The minigames reveal multiple killings. Prominent strain of theories maintains that each of the four minigames in FNAF 2 reveals a different set of murders. The first one is taking care of the children. We need to take place at Freddy's Family Diner since that consists of only one room, a street denotating a smaller location, and the playable Freddy looks different from the Freddy in Salem, meaning an older version of Freddy. Theorists assert the game shows Purple Guy's first murder. Next up we got Save Them is believed to be the FNAF 2 restaurant. The minigame map is similar to the camera map. There are 5 dead children as well. Purple Guy also looks different. He's now wearing something gold on his chest and holding something in his hand. Possibly a gun, I think. There we got Go Foxy, go, go, go! It has a completely different map, which now has 2 rooms, Pirate's Cove and a party room. The game reveals that 5 children are murdered. And finally, we got Give Gifts, Give Life. Shows 5 dead children as well as the marionette. But at a seemingly different location, it's one room, but the room's dimensions are different from Take Cake. On a final disturbing note, the models for dead children are different from the game. 2 game supporting theorists claim that there would be 4 unique set of victims. Another fan theory. When we know about the killer, he's associated with the color purple. Duh. The real question is, what does the purple coloring mean? This could be part of his uniform or something else. He might be a security guard, and Save Them, Purple Guy has a golden object pinned to his chest. This has led to many... Oh, no. My battery's 50%. This has led many to believe that he's a security guard and the object is a badge. Okay? He may know how to work the animatronics in Night 4. You're instructed to not make eye contact with the animatronics, as someone may have tampered with their facial recognition systems. All signs point to Purple Guy as the culprit. After all, he is in the criminal database. He would need to disable their facial recognitions to sneak into Freddy's. He was likely an employee of Freddy's. Phone Guy on Night 5 warns the building is on lockdown. No one is allowed in or out. Especially concerning any previous employees. Though it's never explicitly stated that would Phone Guy give this warning if wrongdoing wasn't committed by an employee. He uses a yellow suit to kill. On Night 6, Phone Guy tells me that someone used one of the suits. We had a spare one in the back, a yellow one. Someone used it. Now, none of them are acting right. This matches what we know from the newspaper clippings and Find Out Freddy's. Mia, dressed as a cartoon mascot, lured the children into a back room. So, who is he? There are a few theorists circulating. Aside from the theory that Purple Guy is just a random security guard at Freddy's operating day shift, Phone Guy is a suspect for many. People say that the rare Purple Guy kill and save them shows Purple Guy holding a phone. A clear link between 2 others believe Purple Guy could be you in those end of the night hallucinations. You're clearly inside a mascot costume.